Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna have another episode of Try to Guess the ELO. So this time around we're going to try to guess again in what kind of ELO range our player is going to be here. You can of course tag along with that one as well and guess in the comment section as well at around like 10 minutes or whatever what the opponent most likely going to have as an ELO. But let's take a look on what this player is going to do here. We're going to encounter a Nidoqueen in the beginning already with 1476 CP, which kind of tells me already that this most likely going to be in kinda a lower rating range. Seeing a 1467 CP Bastion here as well, going to tell me kinda as well then again that it's not going to be the craziest ELO range as well. But maybe I'm also wrong with that, who knows? If you like this format in general, please let me know with a like on the video. That would help me out quite a bit as well. Like, if you enjoy this kind of content, please leave a like on the video, really helps out more than you might expect. We're going to have here in general a team with Octillery, which does not get any debuff here, which they also said already when they sit in the battles. They basically had, I think, 7 out of 33 attempts, which is basically always what I have as well, which is like 25%. Honestly, for me, Octazooka as well, it's just usually around 25% where it actually works, and the other 75% where I don't get the debuff. Same for this person here, it seems like. Maybe because they're also German just like me. That might be the reason for it, of course. You see also here that the air slash animation is a little bit bugged. As you see, like the air slash thingy coming towards here is like a straight line, which is usually not the case. Kind of funny, but you're going to see here the knockout for the Noctowl. And you're going to risk everything for the Galarian Stunfisk, which doesn't look too good for you right now here. Gonna go straight for the bait. Might be the right play. It is not the right play, but I guess you need to go for one Earthquake and one Rock Slide anyway. You're going to have to shield this move up, I guess. It's going to be a Hydro Pump. Honestly, I don't see the way you can win this game here unless the opponent completely misplays for whatever reason. They're going to even shield at the correct move, and you're going to forfeit the first one. Good to know. Next opponent, we're going to see a Ninetales in the lead. We're going to see here the Ninetales again. Like, this is the thing as well. I feel like it's better to guess the ELO range based on the opponent's Pokemon than on your Pokemon itself, because you see already on top there 1476 CP alone Ninetales. Like, on its own, it wouldn't really be too sus. Oh, nice skunk shot there, by the way. But in like with the other battles before as well, where people don't have really decent CPs on their Pokemon as well, it feels like this might be a little bit on lower ELO range. We're going to see the attack buffing there from the opponent. We're going to see the Noctowl coming through with the one charge move. They're going to shield this move up, so you're going to let this move go through. That was nice counting because it was only a power punch, as I also expected. And we see a very good swap by the opponent here. I think there was Registeel most likely. No, it was a Bastion. Okay, I only saw the Steel typing on the right side. I didn't see that it was 2 typings. And of course, it's going to be a very good game for you. You can let this move go through as well. Totally fine. We're going to see the Flamethrower. We're going to do some decent damage against you. Based on this damage, I think the opponent's Bastion isn't XL either, because it did more damage than I expected. So it might be just a normal Bastion. So that might be also kind of hint towards that. It's actually kind of interesting. Like, I feel like this kind of this kind of video type is pretty interesting, at least to take a look at, because you kind of have to investigate everything that you see here. You have to investigate the plays from the opponent, the damage ranges that you're going to see from the opponent, and you're going to also have to, of course, see what IVs the player itself has, or how they play the game. Of course, with those spicier picks, it's always a little bit like easier to guess that it's most likely a little bit of a lower range, but also people can be like me and just play Spice in a higher range. But yeah, we have actually a few submissions already for that type of content as well. Don't know if I can go through all of them, but definitely some interesting stuff here. We actually finally got the debuff. We're going to see a Warring coming in as well. So far, we're going to see the Say Swap immediately into the Galarian Stunfisk. This was, I think it was actually a little bit too fast, but I'm not sure. As the Rock Slide going to be able to come through now. Going to do around half of the opponent's health. A little bit more here, kinda, I guess, maybe I think it actually would do around half usually. This also did more than I expected it would do. So I think maybe the Warren is also more like a more tech-rated version here. As you see the Obstagoon coming in here, we're going to be able to go for some Sky Attacks. 2 Sky Attacks plus the Ring Attack damage will be enough to knock out an Obstagoon usually. This seems to be like a pretty standard build, he said, for the Obstagoon. But of course not if they buff their defenses. This is going to change some things, as you're going to be able to still go for another charge move here. The opponent going to let this move go through as well. And I guess you still can farm them all the way down, but you are forced to shield this move up. It's going to be... Okay, there is no way in hell that someone is running the Obstruct plus Cross Chop in higher ELO range, because it doesn't make sense. Like, it literally doesn't make sense. So, Interesting to see here. Next opponent, we're going to see another Ninetales with also a pretty lowish CP, and we're going to see the Trevenant coming in. You're going to swap out into your Noctowl, which is fine, as we're going to see the Seed Bomb coming through here as well. You will be able to just farm this opponent down here. You don't even have to throw any charge move. It would be a mistake to throw here. Just farm them all the way down, get all the energy, and you're going to be fine here. As you're going to see now, the Seed Bomb coming through here, you will be able to... Don't throw this. Okay, so this is also like a play that someone in higher elo range definitely wouldn't have done, because you kind of need the energy and you kind of get the energy from this matchup. You will never go down from the opponent anyway, as you're going to be able to go for a Shadow Ball now, which is the right play. Shadow Ball is going to do some pretty decent damage against the opponent now, and they're going to shield this move up, which is also fine for you. You can go ahead and go into your Galarian Stunfisk, run a Rock Slide. It will be enough to knock out the opponent's Alolan Ninetales here, and we will see the opponent going for some charge moves. You can let them all go through. That's not really the biggest issue, but let's take a look what they have in the back. They're going to stay in here, which is going to tell me that they most likely have something weakish against the Galarian Stunfisk in the back, but they're going to let this move go through, and it's going to be I actually don't know the name in English right now. Kofagrigus here against you. You can try to get the debuffs, which is definitely the right play to do here as well. But you don't get the debuffs, which is really bad for you. But you can just barely get to the final move, which is really important because it forces the shield of the opponent. Or they're going to let this move go through. We will find out shortly, as we're going to have some waiting time here. They're going to let this move go through, and this is going to be a good game. Next opponent, we're going to see what's it called in English? Shiftry in the lead here, which going to be definitely a pretty decent matchup for you. They're running the Leaf Storm variant, I think it is, which again is not really common. I feel like this is below 2000 elo right now. Like, let me know in the comment section right now what you think about the gameplay here so far, but I feel like the moveset, the CP that I see from the opponent, like, I think you're usually like a little bit above it. I don't actually know if you're a legend player. I don't think you are a legend player from the play, at least against the Trevenant. Otherwise, of course, like seeing only that little amount of gameplay, I cannot really say too much about it as well, because it's also kind of straightforward. You have kind of an RPS line as well. But in terms of what I see here, I feel like this is below 2000 elo. I think it's like 1900 something, but yourself are like more like a 2500 player maybe. But we're going to see the Cricket Tech version of the Diggers be very good catch by you. As we're going to see the Fire Punch going to get caught onto the Octillery. You're going to overfarm a bit. You're definitely better than the Elo range you're at. Like, that's definitely something I can say for sure, but I don't think you're going to be like someone that hits Legend all the time at least. Without wanting to be like mean or anything like this, there are at least some things that I would change in terms of how you play, and also in terms of the team that you used, in terms of how you build the team. You can shield this move up for sure. They're going to not get the debuff, which is amazing for you, and you will be able to go for one or more Octazooka, going to knock out the opponent. We see an Azumarill coming in. You can go straight for the big gang shot here. Let's see how much damage it's going to do. It's going to nearly one-shot the opponent. I think this is did more damage. Again, I think the opponent's Azumarill is not XL. I think this is a normal Azumarill based on the damage that you just saw there. And you will be able to go for another not Brave Bird here, what's it called? Skytech to knock out the opponent. Next opponent, we're going to see a Galarian, it's a Galarian Pokemon, but it's the Surfetch'd, of course, an evolution of Galarian Farfetch'd. The Leaf Blade is coming through here. You're going to go ahead and shield up the first move and then go ahead and go for the Octazooka. Going to not get the debuff at all. This is really unfortunate, but a very good catch by you, so I guess that's fine. Issue here, though, is that you are weak against this Pokemon in the back. You have a Galarian Stunfisk, so I don't know if the catch there actually helped you out that much. So I'm actually not really too, like, I actually don't think it was the smartest idea to catch here, because you just are very weak against this Pokemon in the back, and you kind of need to align your Noctowl against the Surfetch'd there. You're still going to be able to knock them out here. You're still going to be able to also knock out the Surfetch'd with one Earthquake, but it's still going to be a little bit awkward because the opponent gets a ton of farm now, and that's going to put you in a very difficult scenario here right now. But seeing the opponent's team, there might be something like a Bastion in the back. Based on what I've seen, but actually maybe not. I don't know, like they would be very weak to a Medicham. It's going to be a Gengar in the back. Okay, honestly, let me know in the comment section right now what you think about this one. I really feel like this is already below 2000 range. I feel like it's 1900 to 2000 range for the gameplay I see here, because even like in 2100 range, which we already saw in different videos prior, I feel like the Pokemon that we saw were like a little bit less crazy like this. We're going to see the Octazooka coming through here early. This is of course a little bit awkward because the opponent not going to shield. You have to let this move go through basically as well. Guess you just want to get some damage because you have to align your Noctowl here against the opponent, which is smart. But you're actually going to stay in for a little bit too long, but I guess you want to catch the move, which doesn't help you too much either, because with the fast move damage, basically 2 avalanche is going to be enough anyway. You can go for 1 charge move here, which they're going to let go as well. I just really fear here right now that they're going to have the Bastion there in the back. Like, honestly, I think this is going to be a little bit of a tough one now for you if they're going to have this. We're going to see that you are letting this move go through. You can farm them down now, I guess, with the Noctowl. And we will see the opponent's Noctowl in the back, which is going to be also not really ideal for you. But let's take a look at this one. We're going to see now the Sky Tech coming through, going to do around not even half of the health. Like, honestly, this game is lost. Like, this game is, there's nothing that you can do about this, really. While you have the energy at lead, of course, the Noctowl matchup is not going to be ideal for you. You have to shield up the charge move from the opponent. They're actually going to swap out here, which might help you out, but I feel like they're just going to go for superpower, and I think they're going to get you way too low here. They even get to another charge move and can knock you out. So, we're going to see that later on the Elo reveal as well. They sent it into a video, so I actually literally had no idea what they're going to have now as an Elo. I feel like it's, oh, look, CP 1172. I guess it showcases kind of where we are. It might be even below 1900 at this point of time. Like, you wouldn't see stuff like this like there. Like, it must be somewhere 1900 to 2000, I feel like. It might be even lower. You swap here onto the charge mode. I feel like, again, you're like more 2500 range or something in terms of the plays that I see at least. So, like, I don't think you're going to be as, like, usually there, but still, there are a lot of things that you can also improve on. Here, you will be able to, you could undercharge it here. You're going to undercharge it, which is a smart decision. You will be able to go ahead and farm them all the way down now, because you know that they only have 1 charge move anyway. So that's going to be an interesting one. People don't invest into the starters, I guess, or like into the teams here in general. So you're going to be able to just, oh, they are not single move. Never mind, they were just trolling the entire time. I would have also basically never shielded here, especially after seeing the Ice Fang version of MEWeedle there. You will be able to go ahead and shield up the play rough, and we're going to see the opponent's Registeel there. You didn't have to shield up anything, by the way, from the MEWeedle. Like, MEWeedle doesn't have a charge move that really hits you, other than the power punch, which literally doesn't do damage either against you. Shielding there doesn't make sense. So again, this is a play that I would consider as maybe not as good there. But here we're going to see the, I think it might be the final game already. We're going to see the newly buffed version of Whimsicott with the beautiful move Fairy Wind here. And we're going to see the Grass Knot coming in. Actually, I actually feel he could have went for the move there. Okay, that's a good decision then, I guess. Again, no Octazooka buff. Very good catch though. Very good catch here onto the grass type move for sure. It's going to be the Grass Knot again. And you see the 1463 CP version of this dragon here, Dragon. You will be able to just go ahead and farm them all the way down, I feel like. You're actually going to, let this move go through. Can you get to still a charge move? You can still get to a charge move here. And you can also later realign your Pokemon. But yeah, for me, I still go by the point. It might be even below 1900. I wouldn't be surprised. I would be surprised if it was above 2000. I would say 1900 to 2000 as a range here for where the battles are. We're going to see another bait here with the Octazooka. Let's take a look at this one. It's going to get the shield and doesn't get the debuff again. It's actually wild how, like, you never really got the debuff there, which is kind of really bad for you. But at this point of time, you should be kind of clear here. The Rockstar is coming through, going to do some pretty decent damage against the opponent here. You still have to get another one. Oh, you're going to do a smash up for sure. Like, but the team again from the opponent literally doesn't make sense. Why do you have a grass type in the lead and a grass type in the back? What do you do against any single Noctowl if you don't align it onto your correct Pokemon? So again, this doesn't really make too much sense. Kind of more telling me that this is a correct estimate for this being below 2000 range. But we will find out now. Let's see what it's going to be. We have the party at Rample, and it's going to be, I don't know. It's going to be rank 8, I guess. Yeah, this does make more sense then. So rank 8, rank 9, rank 10. Something I didn't really guess that it's that low, but does make sense in terms of the gameplay that I saw. I think you're usually a little bit higher player, but I guess you didn't really want to play so far. Yeah, usually it's better to, of course, see Elo, but I feel like it's kind of the range that I also said it would be. It's definitely low Elo range. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Did you guess it correctly there? Did you even guess lower than what I said it would be? Let me know in the comment section, of course, and I see you in the next one. Bye!